She's the first minority and the first female elected governor in South Carolina's history. She's a loving wife to Michael. Hope you all will continue to keep him in your prayers. He's currently serving our country in Afghanistan. And I know she's an awesome mother to both Rena and Nayla. And I know how it is being a single parent. Before Dana came along after my wife passed away, I know Nikki's having to deal with the kids at home too. But Nikki's helped create jobs in 45 out of 46 counties, especially reaching out to the poorest and most rural areas of South Carolina. She's recruiting businesses and making South Carolina the new big state in manufacturing for America. Ladies and gentlemen, the 116th governor of the great state of South Carolina, Nikki.
But not having one complaint. He's a soldier that loves his country and is doing exactly what he wants to do. So thank you very much. The kids are doing great. I don't know if you heard that we had a little fire in the house this morning. The first thing I did was wear his makeup because I just knew my son had something to do with it. But we did. There was a little electrical fire in the basement. All is well. We evacuated for about 3 hours and are back into a smoke-filled house. So all is well. You know, I'm going to just say it's a great day in South Carolina. It is a great day in South Carolina. And I want to thank you for being here because it's a great day because you're here. Everything we've done has not been easy, but you've had our backs. So when we make the tough decisions, you tell us it's okay. And that's not always easy to do, but when you fill a room like this, as much as you fill it lets us know to keep up the fight. It lets us know that whatever we're doing, as much as it may hurt, it means something. And no matter what I go through, you've always had my back, and I thank you for that. And while we may have been disappointed in November, listen, my heart still breaks. Be very, very clear that through the pains of the Obama administration, we are getting a strong South Carolina. And every state in the country is getting stronger because of the Obama administration. We're getting stronger because we're fighting. We're getting stronger because we're having to go against DC, but we're getting stronger because we're winning. And I will tell you, if you want to know an example of that, look at South Carolina versus DC. In DC, they're trying to cut, and they've talked about cutting $83 billion out of a $4 trillion deficit, and they can't figure out how to do it. And so they do across-the-board cuts, hurt a little bit of everybody, but what are we doing in South Carolina? We're balancing our budget. We've got surpluses. DC passed the largest entitlement program since the 60s when they passed Obamacare. What has South Carolina done? We passed pension reform. We took off $2 billion worth of liability and saved the taxpayers $300 million a year what we did. And let's be very clear, there is no way that you are ever going to see this South Carolina accept the Obamacare Medicaid expansion. In 45 out of 46 counties we have announced. And at the same time, DC is suing our own American companies like Boeing. But let me tell you why we should celebrate. They might have sued us over 1,000 jobs, but we now have 7,000 jobs and just announced 2,000 more. So we're doing good. And can we see how exciting it's going to be on Tuesday when everybody goes to the polls to vote in SC District 1 and they have to show a picture ID to vote? So what does all this mean in a time where DC is under the Obama administration? You know what it means for South Carolina? These fights meant something. Because housing sales are up. Tourism is up. Unemployment is at a 4-year low. And the filter is was full on manufacturing companies. Dan Radish said South Carolina is the new renaissance for manufacturing. The Wall Street Journal said that for anybody that thinks that manufacturing is dead in the United States, they haven't been to South Carolina. So I am very proud of South Carolina. And can we actually just say we're so excited? Candace Glover is coming home to South Carolina tomorrow, and she's in the top 3 of the American Idol. It's another reason to advertise. But I want to say one more thing. This night is about a very special couple, Jim and Debbie Dillon. And the reason why I say Jim and Debbie is because while Jim has fought the good fight, Debbie has stood by his side. So I'm going to ask the two of them to come forward. So what I want you to know, when we talk about things we're proud about, the one thing we will always say is we're very proud of Jim and Debbie. But the one thing that's amazing, absolutely, the one thing that's amazing is Jim transformed South Carolina. But he did more than that. He transformed the country. He showed us what Fort Barrel's family was. And he fought it in the hardest of times. And while everybody understands that Jim is known as a rock star of the conservative movement, I remember when he wasn't. I remember when he was the lone soul fighting by himself. And that's not fun. I've been there. But what I can tell you is he did it with grace, he did it with strength, he did it with Debbie by his side, and he made South Carolina proud, and he made the entire country take notice of our state, our fight, and what we believe in. And when we see him up there fighting with the Heritage Foundation, he's fighting for all of us. But now it's bigger than South Carolina. Now it's about the country. And so it's with that I want to present the highest civilian honor in the state of South Carolina. Because I know, Debbie, he couldn't have done this without you. You have stood strong and graceful through the entire time. You were with him by his side. And I know you can't fight without having someone that loves you with you. And so with that, I'd like to say, in grateful recognition of your contributions and friendship to the state of South Carolina and her people, I do hereby confer upon you, James Warren DeMint, the Order of the Palmetto with all the rights and privileges